2 shots of vodka.
Yes, I do have it with ice. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. But anyway, listen, I swear to God, I did not want to buy this. I had to go downstairs. I had to go all the way downstairs to go and get this because, I mean, it's fitting. It's go-go juice. I have to. I had to. And also, it's like, what? It's 2:30 p.m. Let's be for real. I just finished. I just finished that, and like, let me tell you, I don't know if I said anything that's coherent. Now that I think about it, because that was like a half an hour long thing, and I don't think I said anything coherent. So this is just gonna be like a very vague, very short thing. Don't even expect anything because drink responsibly though. I guess I started this like in I think October 22nd. The first image I saw on Pinterest was this one, and I remember the first thing I said is like, there's no way I'm gonna model this. There's no way. I don't want to, like, because it looks so complicated. It looks so complicated. It looks really difficult. And then what am I gonna do with the rest of the room? Because when I like to like model stuff, I like to have like a lot of reference pictures, and that was the only one I went off of. Like, that picture is literally the only picture that I used to model this kitchen. I like how it's like kind of modern, but like woody and modern. I really thought that I wouldn't be able to model this because I'm not an architect. I don't know how dimensions work, barely, even with my own like 3D models. Modeling houses is not something I like to do. I don't even remember how I did this, but it was basically just like a cube with a lot of subdivisions and then a curve modifier that's like making that curve for it to look like a circle, and then just a bunch of subdivisions, well, like beveling the edges to make it look like there's like divisions in there, and then that's it. And then you just duplicate, extrude some stuff. Me not explaining anything at all. Duplicating, extruding some stuff, and then it's like it's gonna look like a kitchen, and that's it. That's what I did. Anyway, moving on. Thing is, I haven't finished it yet, but I know that I'm not gonna do anything that is important anymore. So I'm just gonna show this right now because I'm trying to get this over with, honestly, so that I can just like start editing this tomorrow and it's like finished. And also because it's getting really slow. This is getting really slow. This file is really slow. So I don't think I'll be able to do this later on because I still have to do like the phone explosion simulation, and I know exactly how I'm gonna do that. That's why I'm doing this right now, because I know exactly how I'm gonna do it. So it's not finished, but I know how to explain how it's gonna be done because I've done it before for Sharpest Tool. So after I finished modeling like the kitchen, I just, because like I said, that reference picture, I'm not even exaggerating, that one reference picture was the only thing that was used. There wasn't really any other pictures of the rest of the house because, well, I didn't look for any. And I just had to like kind of imagine what the rest of the house would look like. So I just kind of extruded the cube, and this would be like the living room. This would be like an extra living room. And then on this side, it's just the kitchen, and then just another window. And then that would be a hallway, and then the rest of the house would be like over there, but no one cares because the camera is never gonna leave to go that way. After the house was finished, I modeled all the phones, the iMessage situation, then the liquid glass situation where like the text pops out of the phone and goes like up into the air. Well, that happens on every one of them, but I mean like that one, which is the iMessage, but just a liquid glass on another phone that's on the floor. The phone and then the Tinder one. I just don't want to say those words out loud because that app is nasty. But moving on. I modeled all of those, and I got all of the references for those were just screenshots from like Google. Like I said, I don't have those. I don't have those apps. I don't have real time experience. Well, and yeah, so I finished all of those, all of the models, and then I put them onto this file so I could start, I could start animating. I kind of just animated everything really, really sloppily because that's how it's supposed to look. So it's supposed to be like, oh, you're drunk. So it's like you're not even like, the camera's not supposed to be like moving properly. It's supposed to be like all shaky and like weird. So I did the camera and all of like the animation for the rest of the phones, like everything else. Also, why am I wearing this? Because I don't know. I just put it on. I felt like something in my brain told me that I need to put a white shirt and a tie on, and with this, so here we are. Let me show you the scene, which I think is better because I feel like I'm really slurring my words right now. There's a lot of parts that aren't seen on the actual camera, and I would like those parts to be seen. So this is like the kitchen area, and this was what the reference picture was used for, basically, this whole kitchen. Back here, there's just like a window. On the other side, there's like the pool table. Then there's like carpet down here, this coffee table, some TVs, more carpet, a sofa, and then the hallway once again. Then there's like a bunch of beers on the floor, beer cans, beer bottles on the floor. I'm not done with it, so I'm probably gonna add like more stuff when I'm really finished with it. Like I think I have to add like a bunch of more if my laptop can not crash. I'm gonna add like a bunch of more props, especially on that other window that's behind the kitchen, because there's a moment where the camera turns really quickly and it's like, I just want that to be filled up. Whatever, no one cares. What else? Even the rest of like these kitchen props, these are all turned off just so it won't like make my laptop burn up and explode in my face. And then the title of this thing just has like a wave modifier, and then this one, this title is misspelled, but I don't think that's very clear. The title that is transparent-ish, well, it has like a lower alpha value. Okay, down here it says Tom Rig, if I'm not mistaken. No, it says Tom Egg, whatever that is. Because you know when you're drunk and you're just writing and you're like typing on your phone and you misspell a bunch of things. The juice, the J is misspelled, it says Huice instead. But these ones are not very clear. They're not very like seen on the camera. But it's like maybe someone will like read that and be like, oh, that's cool. Then this is the first phone which I'm personally hating at the moment because I really don't like how it looks, but moving on. It has not exploded yet, but it will when I'm sure that I like the animation like completely, because that explosion depends a lot on timing. So if I do it right now and I want to change it later, I'm gonna have to bake it again. Even though it's just like 5 seconds to bake, I don't want to do it again. So I just want to be 100% on this. Someone did this before, and that's where I got the idea from Sharpest Tool, because I saw that. So it was just like some animation of like a phone swelling up, and then exploding. And then I'm not sure if on theirs there was also like a bunch of text messages like flowing out, but on this one it will be. It's like you're drunk. It's like you're staring at it from like a drunk perspective. Then a bunch of this stuff is just misspelled also, like bye, it's me. Also the way that this is just, I just close my eyes and just like start typing. Because I didn't want the misspelling to look too obvious. It can look really obvious. You don't think so, but it can look really obvious. So all of these are supposed to come out of the phones. Hopefully that is readable through the camera, but it's supposed to like be coming out of the phones like that, you know? So that's just like iMessage once again, and then moves on to the pool table, then goes to this app, and this stuff is just really simple animation. It's like an array modifier, that's it. Just array and build modifier, and it just moves as the words come in. Nothing special, nothing crazy. And then with the Tinder thing is also really simple. Just build modifiers on the text, and that's really it. If my laptop will work. No, that's clipping. Well, that's nice. Okay. Like I don't know what else to say.